Well, looks to me like your kings be my queen. New dealer. Put two in the middle. Same game. Oh, this heat is something else. Name's Wheeler. Your deal, Wheeler.
You come from around here?
Just passing through.
I don't blame you.
How about you?
Got some business here. I'm heading up to Stockton.
Stockton, huh? I'm heading up that way, too, as soon as this heat lets up.
Has been hot. Call. How many?
I'll play these.
Dealer takes one.
Opener checks.
Check.
10s over 8s.
Each pair. Mister, I'm used to getting my cards from the top.
You are, mister. Oh, no. Wait, hold it. I'm not gonna kill a man over $2. Here, take your money.
Well, me neither. Only I have a reputation for not being cheated. I wouldn't want to spoil it.
You're making a mistake, mister, a big mistake.
Well, we'll see about that. You got no taste for guns. How are you with your hands?
Turns out it's your invitation.
Or you could apologize for dealing seconds.
Oh, no. Let's go. You set me up.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Well, now that you feel better, I'm willing to call it even.
Well, I'm not. Not by a long way.
You want to change your mind?
For the time being.
Well, what's it all about?
The Gruder there is worth $200 to the sheriff at Sonora.
What about the other?
He got in the way,
It'll take 3 days to clear this up.
and I'm in a hurry. I'll sell him to you for $150.
I don't particularly like bounties. If you want your money, you'll have to wait.
Well, I've waited this long. You still mad? Come on, I'll buy you a drink. I owe you one. Well, it's not going to cost you anything. Besides, it's still too hot to travel. Come on.
I don't believe it. Have you got the deed?
Right here.
Would you mind telling me what took you so long? You've been gone almost 2 weeks.
Oh, that's what I call a very warm welcome. No, how was the trip? Are you tired? Did you have any trouble?
How was the trip?
Long?
Are you tired?
Dead?
Did you have any trouble?
Plenty.
Well, now that those amenities are over with, would you mind telling me what took you so long?
Well, I had to get 15 signatures on that deed, and I had to go in 15 different directions to do it. Anyhow, anything new with the ranch?
Not unless you consider a bear eating some of the stock new.
You sure it's a bear?
Yes, I'm sure.
A bear will attack a herd, will attack almost anything.
Yes, Nick, I know that. That's why I have half the ranch out looking for it. Nick, who the devil crossed out paragraph 4? I said, who crossed out paragraph 4?
Signature 3.
But I put that in there specifically.
That's the way he took it out.
You want some rest. The ranch is that way.
Which way? Howdy, Franklin.
Howdy, Mr. Barkley. Welcome home.
It's good to be back. Say, you wouldn't have any of that Lowry saddle soap in stock, would you?
Don't think so. Not much demand for it. Besides, your saddle looks fine.
Oh, I don't want it for my saddle. I want it for myself. Would you mind taking a look? Now.
Sure, Mr. Barkley.
Yeah.
I'll get the rest of the shingles in just a moment, ma'am.
Howdy, miss. My name's Nick Barkley.
Mr. Barkley?
You're new in town, aren't you?
That's right.
Nice to see you plan to stay for a while.
A while.
Here, I'll get that. Hold it. Now, I show you around a little bit, show you a little bit of the town, maybe, huh?
Oh, I already saw it when I rode in.
Let me guess now. You're here to teach school, right?
Wrong.
Dressmaker.
Only when I have to be.
All right, I give up.
Oh, it's nice to have that settled.
Oh, well,
Sorry, Nick. No Lowry saddle soap.
Oh.
This is our last bundle of shingles. This will get you started. Have more tomorrow, the next day.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you didn't tell me your name.
No, I didn't, did I?
Me too, Nick.
Who is she?
Open an account under the name of Lael Johnson. She's staying at the old Miller place.
Old Miller place, huh? By herself?
I forgot to ask her.
Somebody should.
Well, how did he get away this time?
Darn a bit.
Oh, did you mention offering a bounty?
I pledged us for $100. Parker and Hayes said they'd match it.
No, $300 ought to get some results.
Maybe with an ordinary bear, but not with this one. Say, when did these puppies get weaned?
Oh, they've been on feed for 3 days now. Jared's going to start passing them out tomorrow.
Well, don't forget, I promised that one to Mike Cassidy, the bartender.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Nick, how was your trip?
Great, just great.
You must be very tired.
Oh, no, not a bit. It was downhill all the way.
You don't look like a man's been in the saddle 2 weeks.
I'm just getting my second win.
Well, good. Maybe you can go out hunting with us in the morning. We got a bear killing our livestock.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe you didn't hear me. We got a bear killing our livestock.
Oh, well, bears will be bears, you know. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
Oh, something came up while I was in town. I thought maybe I should get it settled.
Tell me something, Heath.
Hmm?
Is my imagination playing tricks, or did your brother Nick come in here after being away for a few weeks, pick up some shingles, and then leave without really saying hello or goodbye?
You know, I was going to ask you the same thing.
Oh.
Oh! Hello again, Miss Johnson.
Mr. Barkley,
Say, I wonder if you could help me out.
if I can.
Help me get rid of these shingles here.
That's very considerate of you, but I am.
You are in need of shingles. And I just so happen to have these 2 bundles hanging around the barn. And, well, I started getting kind of concerned about the horses. Afraid they might step on them and hurt themselves.
I have enough for now and more on order.
Oh, it looks like rain. And you want to know something? There is nothing more useless than a shingle without a roof under it, expecting rain.
There's not a cloud in the sky. And I'm not in the habit of being in debt to anyone.
Oh, no, you'll be doing me a favor. You know, I spent 6 months looking for a place for those shingles.
Well, you can store them here for the time being, but when my order comes in, I'm going to replace them.
Oh, no, come on, I'll do that. Here, come on.
Thank you. I'm used to doing for myself.
Well, now, I'm very glad to hear that.
Glad to hear what?
That you live alone.
Oh!
Oh, that must have hurt. Ah, something you got to learn. When you're hammering, you got to keep your eyes on that nail. Here, show you what I mean. Now, you set the shingle in here like this, see? Right up there, snug, and you grab your nail, take your hammer, like this. Oh, oh! Oh, that hurt. Oh, I'm very good at giving advice. I'm not very good at taking it. Ah.
Let me see.
Oh, you think it'll live?
You didn't hit your hand at all.
You want me to?
No! Are you always like this?
No, I'm usually very shy.
I'm sure.
Say, did you ever meet anyone that made you feel like you were kicked in the stomach and you kept talking, trying to hide it?
Yes.
And it happened right from the first look?
Yes. A long time ago. Look. There's something I have to tell you.
Now, wait a minute. You're going to talk to me about your past. I don't want to hear anything about it. Now, nobody lives in a crate waiting for that special someone to come by with a crowbar, open it up, and let him out. Only statues do that. Statues are just about as cold as gun butts.
I'll make some coffee.
Well, wait a minute. Why don't you go make some coffee?
Yeah, I think I will.
Here. Easy now. That's it.
The stove!
What?
The stove! They're ruined.
Oh, it's not much damage, just a little smoke.
I just put them up yesterday.
Sister Audra, before she went to New York, bought this whole bunch of curtain material, and she only used half of it.
It's just getting in the way.
That's right.
Must be wonderful to have so many things to get in the way. Why do I always have to have holes in the roof and broken window panes and loose floorboards? Why does everything always need painting? Every time I try to make something nice, it goes wrong.
Oh, easy now, easy. Can't be that bad. Nothing's that bad.
I'm all right now, thank you, Mr. Barkley.
Well, now, if you're going to go on calling me Mr. Barkley, do you mind if I call you Lael? Like, Lael, can I help you paint your barn?
The barn doesn't need painting.
Now, the almanac says it's going to be a very rough winter.
Is that so? Nick.
Ah, see? How much better that is? Now that we're on a first-name basis. Tomorrow night, I want to pick you up and take you out to dinner. 8 o'clock.
I can't.
Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock sharp.
Nick?
These the one you mean, Mr. Nick?
Those are the ones.
And the real good silver?
The best we've got. And don't forget, I want that champagne chilled. Huh?
You better hurry. They're waiting for you.
Good morning, Mother. Have a little coffee?
Well, you're pretty chipper for a man going on a bear hunt.
Bear has nothing to do with it.
Ah, the girl.
The girl.
The girl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. You've known her for such a long time.
Now, Mother, remember that Arab filly we paid $2,000 for?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 minutes before you wrote that check, we had never laid eyes on her.
Hey, Nick, come on, we're moving out.
Turned out to be the best buy we ever made. Right?
That makes 17.
This one looks like he just got it, too.
Looks like he went into that cave. All right, the rest of you men set up a crossfire in case he gets past us. Bring some torches. Right away. My rifle.
Right. Let me have your piece there, will you, Gene? Thank you.
If I'd have known he'd leave himself a back door.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ante up, boys. Jacks are better. Nick, you want to sit in a hand?
No, I feel like I've been on the saddle for 2 weeks. I'm gonna turn in. Good luck.
Thank you. Dealer opens for 4 bits.
Good evening, ma'am. 8 o'clock sharp. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm late. I'm sorry.
You're not late.
I am. 2 minutes. Look at that. You ready to go?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Come on.
No,
What's the matter?
I thought I'd make dinner for us here.
Oh, no, not the way you're dressed so pretty. We're gonna go out.
Nick, I don't feel like going all the way into town.
Well, who said anything about going into town? The place I picked is nice and quiet and private.
No,
I think maybe you just might need this, too. Do you mind if we use your buckboard? Huh?
Well, all right.
The carriage awaits.
Oh, Nick.
Surprised?
Surprise. I can hardly believe it. Champagne?
Uh-huh. And a vintage year. Let's toast my lucky star.
Which one is it?
Well, anyway, it's one of them, whichever one is working overtime. Let's toast them all. Oh.
Where are we going?
I have something that belongs to you.
Oh, it's beautiful. You must come here often.
Oh, yes, whenever the sky gets a little too old, a little low, mountains start crowding in, ground comes up to meet me. Well, it's my special sort of place.
To bring dinner guests?
Oh, no. You're the only one that's ever been here. I found this place when I was a boy. When I was only 6 years old, I used to come here and play.
Cowboys and Indians?
Well, now, when I was 6 years old, there were lots of cowboys and Indians. And I used to be Sir Lancelot. I used the top of a keg of nails for a shield and a sunflower stalk as a sword. That old oak there, he was the Black Knight. I used to challenge him. And I must have killed him 1,000 times. It's a wonder to me how healthy he stayed all these years. I saved this place just for you.
We only met yesterday.
I just didn't know your name until yesterday. I've been waiting for you a long time.
It was absolutely delicious.
I hoped you'd like it.
My compliments to the chef.
Well, now, you may deliver those personally.
What?
I'd like you to come to my home.
Oh, I'm afraid I
Oh,
won't.
no. Well, there's no sense saying no. I want you to meet my family.
Nick. There's something I must tell you.
And there's something I must tell you. It's about my brothers. I have to be very careful. Old Heath, for one, he'll kick the carpet a couple of times, and then he'll slowly herd you into the pantry where he's very dangerous. And then Jared will find you in the pantry and start talking to you about your mind. He'll get you in the drawing room, and there he's very lethal.
Nick, take me home, please.
What's the matter?
Oh, it's late, and you have to get back to camp.
Don't worry about me.
Melody. Morning, Nick. You sleep good?
Lord, some people... It's daylight.
Oh, boy, howdy, it sure is.
What's everyone standing around for? We got a mountain lion to catch.
A bear?
Now, listen, I just overslept a little bit.
You mean underslept? I heard you fall over a rock when you came in.
Where's my saddle? On your horse.
Mother.
Mother, want a drink, Heath?
No, I'll settle for a hot bath.
From your expression, I gather you had no more luck today than yesterday.
How was the party, Mr. Nick?
It was great. And she said to give her compliments to the chef.
She said that?
That's right. That's just the way she said it. As plain as day. Give my compliments to the chef.
What do you know about that? What do you know about that?
What was that all about?
Well, last night, Silas set up a little picnic for me and a friend.
In the middle of a bear hunt?
Well, I never did need much sleep, you know.
Now, don't tell me. Let me guess who she is. The gal with the beautiful eyes and no shingles.
Well, wait till you meet her.
Oh, I'm looking forward
Well, you
to
just
it.
best be sitting down when it happens. Don't say I didn't warn you. This is the one. This is the girl. I'm not kidding. Oh, that reminds me. I have a chore I have to take care of.
Will you be home for dinner?
Probably. And I just bring home a house guest. Evening, Lyle.
Nick.
No, you shouldn't be out after dark with a bear roaming about.
Oh, I had to go into town. I picked up the shingles I owe you.
Well, no, that's not important. Bears have been known to attack human beings, you know.
Yes, I know.
That's why I thought maybe you might need a little protection.
Oh.
His name is Sir Lancelot. His father was a wolf. His mother was the best hunting dog in all of San Joaquin. He may tend to be a little vicious, but I'm sure he'll take to you as quick as I did.
Oh, Nick. Oh, you darling. Oh, I feel more secure already.
Now you don't have to be alone anymore.
No. Sir Lancelot's going to be great company.
We're both going to keep you company tonight. I want you to meet my family.
Oh, Nick, I can't.
Why not?
Well, I have so many things to do. The stove, I
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm having company.
Company?
Yeah. Nick Barkley's coming to dinner.
Oh, him. Well, now, you better keep your eye on him.
Yes, I will. Oh, Nick, not in front of Sir Lancelot.
Tomorrow night, we're going to blindfold Sir Lancelot.
Yeah. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Hello, Lyle.
Kind of a lonesome homecoming, honey. Where were you?
I wasn't expecting you. I had to go into town.
Who's your friend?
My friend?
A dog.
Oh, Sir Lancelot.
Sir Lancelot, huh? Hello, Sir Lancelot. I like that. Lyle. I guess I can't rightly blame you.
6 months ago, a wire, meet me in Denver. Denver, I got a wire, meet me in San Diego. In San Diego, I got a wire, meet me in Stockton. What were you expecting, a red carpet?
I know, but you gotta give me a chance. Look, here. What I brought you back. Huh? You like that? That costs $3. Now, don't go away, folks. There's more to come. You like it? You will be the belle of any man's ball. The trouble is, it needs some ornamentation, like that brooch that I... What's this doing in here?
Well, why shouldn't it be among the souvenirs? In the 7 years we've been married, I've only had the right to wear it for 7 months.
Put it on.
Wheeler, how many men did you have to kill for all these presents?
Not as many as I had to kill for these medals.
Why couldn't you stop when everybody else did?
Because I don't know how to do anything else better. Leo, I'm home.
How long are you home this time?
Good?
I've heard that before.
No, you haven't. Now, this time, I mean it, Leo. Now, tomorrow morning, I'm going to go into that town. I'm going to buy the biggest rocking chair that I can find, and I'm just going to sit out in that front porch and watch the corn grow.
That's not the way corn grows.
Leo, I mean it. You keep it.
Why? Hiding a gun won't stop you from killing.
Where are you all meeting today?
We're going to meet in town, then head out to Willow Draw.
Well, Thompson put some honeycomb out there yesterday's bait.
I'll be down at the crowd, Nick, whenever you're ready.
Right.
I was sorry Miss Johnson couldn't come to dinner last night.
Not any more than I was. Well, I guess, he was just a little shy, is all.
Well, perhaps if I invited her personally.
Would you?
Here, Dan. Give me the pot.
Hello there.
Good morning. I'm trying to get Sir Lancelot here to give me his paw. He sure isn't interested in learning any tricks.
So it seems.
I can't understand why. He looks so intelligent.
Well, looks can be deceiving. Even in college puppies.
I'm sure you're right. I'm
Lael Johnson.
And you're Victoria Barkley.
Nick has told me many things about you, but he never mentioned the fact that you've been married.
That's because he doesn't know.
Don't you think he should know? I'm sure the fact that you're a widow wouldn't make any difference.
I'm not a widow. Please come inside. I'd like you to meet my husband. Here, Mrs. Barkley. Citations for bravery, for courage, for killing. This is my husband. See, when I met him, he was a bank teller. He was as kind and gentle as that puppy there. And then the war came, and he went in as a private, and he came out a colonel. That's where he found himself. That's where he stayed.
He's still in the army.
No. He's just still at war. He's a professional killer.
Well, that puts Nick in a very interesting position, doesn't it?
I didn't set out to fall in love with Nick. The first time I met him, there was no reason to tell him I was married. And the second time, he wouldn't let me. The third time I didn't want to.
I came out here because Nick asked me to invite you to our home for dinner.
I planned to tell Nick the truth.
When?
Right away. My husband came home last night. He's gone into town now. What's wrong?
Nick's on his way to town.
Well, that's all right, Mrs. Barkley. They don't know each other.
Nick Barkley.
See you over the school, Heath. Wheeler, I don't want to appear to be unfriendly. Well, we do have a sheriff here. He does a very good job, so we have no want or need for a bounty hunter.
Do I look like I'm hunting down bounty money?
At the moment, no.
You can take my word for it, I'm not. I made a promise to my wife. I've given up that game. Tell me something, Nick. Would you say I look better in this one? Or in this one? You don't believe me, do you?
Last time I took your word, I was sorry.
Just like my wife. She doesn't believe me either. Hey, merchant. How much is this thing?
$2.
$2?
Two.
All right. I guess that's cheap enough to prove a point.
Do you have a buckboard?
I don't need a buckboard.
Oh.
Now, take it easy, horse. Well, how would you do it?
Well, put it on the back of the horse like he's going to sit on it. Yeah, like he's going to sit on it.
It works. You know, I think I'll just have to buy you a drink.
And I just might drink it. Oh, it'll work as long as he doesn't decide to sit down.
I'll take my chances.
You're really serious about all this, aren't you?
100%, why not? The rocks I sleep on seem to be getting harder. Rain keeps getting colder.
Well, settling down seems to make a lot of sense. Been doing a lot of thinking about that lately. Hey, what is all this after that talk about the rocks and rain?
No, not this one. This one. I've never seen one like that before. $300 bounty on a bear? That's kind of unusual.
Well, that old bear's been killing livestock up and down this valley. Say, you know, you're talking about settling down. You might just could use that money. But you know that killing a man is not different than killing a bear. I mean, the bear don't shoot back.
That's the problem. No challenge.
You know, I'd say you're going to find that chair very uncomfortable compared to that saddle. The drink? Are you going to buy me a drink?
Oh.
Yeah, thanks.
I hear they found a longhorn out beside the pasture.
Makes 18.
Jared, I thought you were still in court.
Well, they let us out for recess once in a while, so I thought I'd come by to wish you good luck.
Oh, Wheeler, it's my brother Jared and Heath.
Hello there.
You joined the bear hunt?
Oh, he gave up bounty hunting.
Hey, Heath, when do I get the dog you promised me?
Jared, I thought you brought it in this morning.
I thought you did. Wasn't in the barn this morning.
Are you fellas by any chance talking about Sir Lancelot?
Sir, what?
Sir Lancelot, the name I gave to one of Queenie's pups.
Heath promised it to me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Cass. I didn't know. I gave it to a girl I know. Keep her company when I'm not around.
Nick, that girl wouldn't happen to be the one you met in front of the general store the other day, would it?
Or the one you went bear hunting with the other night?
Right on both cases. But be careful what you say. This one's different from the others.
What kind of dog was it?
Just a collie pup.
This one's different, huh, Nick?
Wait till you see her. When you do, look, don't touch. It's my personal property.
No doubt you've got reasons to believe the young lady shares that sentiment.
Yes. I have reasons.
Well, now, this is no way to catch a bear, is it? Let's go out and see how those honeycomb traps are doing.
Let's move out. The bear looks like a community project.
It is.
Well, since I aim to become a part of the community, maybe I ought to just ride along after all.
Oh, no, I told you, Wheeler, you're more than welcome.
I have to ride back and get my rifle.
No, there's not time. Cassidy, do me a favor, will you? Lend
Yeah.
this man your rifle.
Sure. There you go.
Thanks, Nick. You know, since bounty's my game, you nail that bear, I'm going to feel like you just took something away from me.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like to have things taken away from me.
Watch the trap there. Don't look to me like you tried for the bait.
Sure been nosing around. Left tracks going in 6 different directions.
The bees fell our trap.
Maybe we should pair off and spread out.
Good idea.
All right if I ride with you, Nick?
So long as you don't decide to use me as a shield again.
You have my word.
All right, let's go.
Come on. All right, Charlie, you and Bill, let's go.
These tracks here look pretty fresh.
You want to move off right? I'll cover from the left flanking position.
Sounds to me like he's on the other side of that ridge. He must have spot. What are you trying to do, Wheeler? Collect the whole bounty on that bear?
No! I'm trying for the bounty on you, Barkley!
You're out of your mind! There's no bounty on me!
Lael Johnson!
Lael!
My wife!
I didn't know.
You knew she was married. She must have told you that.
Well, I realize now she tried to tell me, but I wouldn't let her. killed a bear, Nick. What are you shooting at?
Had a little accident here is all. You go on, we'll catch up with you.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Let's go. Why'd you let me off?
Because I figure Lael deserves a choice. Now, we're gonna go see her. And if she tells me to ride out, you're never gonna see me again. If she tells you to ride out, I better not ever see you again, or I'll finish what you started here.
Leftovers. I guess that's all you've ever gotten from me. That time I had left over after I'd gotten through doing the things I had to do.
Or wanted to do.
Or wanted to do. Look, Leo, sometimes a man starts running a race so fast that he pulls a hamstring muscle. And then he knows if he slows up, he'll fall down. I've always been afraid of falling.
Did it ever occur to you that I might be afraid, too? Afraid of loneliness, afraid of a dark night in a strange place. Afraid of the chance that you might never come back.
I've always made it because I've had you to come back to. You were always there when I needed you.
But where were you when I needed you?
From now on, I'll be close enough so you just call my name.
You told me the same thing last night. Where were you today?
That was different.
It's always different. A week, 2 weeks, pick up those guns. How do I know?
Because I'm giving you my word on it. And the one thing I have never done is lie to you. I realize Nick Barkley has things that a woman wants. Roots, an important family, money. But you are my wife, and I want you to stay that way. Because I love you, Leo. It's the same, I won't force it. It's up to you.
Still in love with him, aren't you? Goodbye, Lil.
Goodbye, Nick.
Señor, ¿cómo han estado?
Ya nomás, qué rosa más linda.
Pero solo está perteneciendo en el jardín que no pertenece.
Sí, pero bellezas como esta pertenecen a todos.
What do you want? What do you have, señor? ¡Ándale, Juan! ¡Súbete! ¡Vámonos! ¡Vámonos! Señor, bájese, bájese. Ándale. What is this? My brothers, we were in mortal danger and we didn't even know it.
Madre mía.
And what we have here? Pretty. Amigo, vámonos. Ándele, ándele.
And what do you have to give, lovely señorita?
Mi hermano, to look upon her is a gift itself.
You are music for my lonely soul, senorita.
I don't hear any music.
That is easily remedied, senorita. Juan, the guitar.
Sí, hombre, ¿cómo no?
Senorita? Come. The little bird is frightened. I will not hurt you. Relax.
Take what you want and let us go.
That may take some time, senor.
George, help me.
Yes, sir.
Like a room with a bath, please.
Yes, sir. Got one just newly painted. Cost you $3, though.
Well, I guess a man ought to treat himself to the very best every now and then.
Yes, sir.
By the way, have the Mendoza brothers checked in yet?
The Mendoza brothers?
Uh-huh. They're supposed to meet me here.
No, sir. Nobody by that name is registered at this hotel.
You sure?
Positive.
Well, they'll be checking in a little later. When they do, let me know right away, will you, please?
Yes, sir.
Are you dining alone, sir?
Unfortunately.
That's one of my tables.
Looks just lovely.
You better be careful, young lady. You're going to spoil me.
I bet you're used to that.
Now, let's see. What's exciting?
Well, the pot roast is good, and there's a dance later.
Well, now, maybe I better try both. In that order.
My name's Sally.
Hello, Sally.
Sue?
Guess I have to start somewhere.
Jared?
Well, George Akers.
I thought that was you. How are you? It's nice to see you. Sit down.
Thank you.
You had dinner?
I just finished, thanks.
Oh. Well, how have you been?
Splendid. You?
Oh, can't complain, I guess. How's the law business here in Baker City?
Oh, last week I defended a drunk who kicked a pig.
How'd you do?
I got him a light fine. Told the judge my client thought the pig was a mad dog. When'd you arrive?
Oh, a couple of hours ago.
To see the Mendoza brothers.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact. Do you know them?
Oh, I just met them very briefly. They said they were here to meet you.
What do you mean we're here?
They left.
They left?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't understand. They were coming here to buy some vineyard land from me north of town. Where the devil did they go?
They probably went back to Mexico.
They came in a couple days ago. Looked at the land, decided they didn't want it. Asked me to tell you about it.
Well, I'll be... That doesn't make any sense. They sent me a $300 deposit. What'd they say about that?
They understood it would be forfeited.
That's a lot of money.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it, Jared. After all, you did everything you could to hold up your side of the bargain.
Well, I suppose you're right about that. Oh, by the way, how's your lovely wife,
Alicia? Fine. She's visiting her mother in Cayuma for a couple of days.
Oh, we'll be sure and give her my regards.
I'll do that. Well, it's good to see you, Jared.
It's good to see you.
If you get caught kicking any pigs before you leave town, give me a call.
Well, Sally, thanks to you, I guess my trip won't be a total waste. What time do we trip the Life Fantastic?
Huh?
The dance we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll bet you're real good on the dance floor, too. But I think I'm going to have to beg off.
Oh?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's been a long, hard day, and I'm kind of tired.
That happened kind of suddenly, didn't it?
Well, I've been on my feet since 6 o'clock this morning. I guess it just came over me all of a sudden. I'll get the rest of your supper.
Good evening. You mind if I walk you home? I'd like to talk to you.
About what?
Well, for one thing, the Mendoza brothers.
Who are the Mendoza brothers?
Oh, you don't know them?
Why would I?
No reason, I guess. Tell me something. Why'd you change your mind so suddenly about that dance?
I told you I was tired.
Seems to me you didn't get tired until George Akers came over to the table.
What did he have to do with it?
Well, I don't exactly know. It's just that I've been getting kind of strange reactions from people around here every time I mention the Mendoza brothers.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't exactly know either. I was hoping maybe you could help.
You're a nice man, Mr. Barkley. I appreciate you walking me home. But I make it a point to keep out of other people's affairs. You ask too many questions, you usually get hurt.
Sally. Now, that's usually a pretty good rule, but
I follow it. Goodbye, Mr. Barkley.
In town. I was wondering if you were going to drop by.
Well, I guess I would have gotten around to it sooner or later.
How's your mom?
Oh, fine. Everybody's fine.
Good. You know, George Akers was saying that you were asking about those three brothers.
Did you see them, Tom?
Well, they rode in briefly, rode right out again.
Just can't understand why they wouldn't at least send a telegraph. Let me know.
Well, you know how the Mexicans are.
No? How are they?
Oh, well, what I mean is, well, they probably got homesick. Decided to forget the whole thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it if I were you.
Nice talking to you, Tom.
You too. Jared? I suppose you'll be leaving in the morning, huh?
Well, I wouldn't bother you if I just hung around for a couple of days, would it, Tom?
Well, why should it bother me?
That's right. Why should it?
Mr. Barkley.
Yes, what is it?
Dirk Sampson.
How do you do?
Just fine, but... Hey, wait a minute now. You better relax, Mr. Barkley, or you're going to end up with a hole in your head. That's a little better. And now that we have got your attention...
What's this little meeting all about?
Now, that's Sally. You see, Sally's my girl. And I don't appreciate the fact of you walking her home the way you did.
If she's your girl, she sure keeps it a secret.
You hurt my feelings with that kind of talk, Mr. Barkley. I'll tell you what I think the best thing is all around. Go home, Mr. Barkley. Go home first thing in the morning. And I'm sure with you out of the way, why, me and Sally, well, we'll get along just fine. What do you think about that, Mr. Barkley? Well, I guess he agrees, fellas, because he sure ain't arguing. Let him go. Remember, Barkley, you're leaving. First thing in the morning.
Just ran into an acquaintance of yours.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your boyfriend who seems to think I'm pushing in on his territory.
I haven't got any boyfriend.
Are you sure of that?
I'm positive. Well, I've only been here for a month.
That's what I thought.
Whoever it was must have been drunk or something.
Oh, no, nobody was drunk. They were just using you to give me a little message.
You must be imagining things.
Now, listen, Sally, I'm not imagining my ribs being kicked in. This town wants me out. Why?
Listen, somebody beats you up. That's your business.
The magic word is Mendoza, the three brothers who just rode in and rode out.
You're hurting me.
Where are they?
I don't know.
You're lying.
No. Listen to me, please. You've been warned. Now leave it alone. If you don't, you're liable to wind up dead.
And that's the only thing that's going to stop me from asking questions.
Then ask somebody else.
I'm asking you.
No, leave me out of it. Get out of here.
I'm mad enough and I heard enough to keep you up all night if I have to. No, I want answers.
The Mendoza brothers are dead.
What are you talking about?
They were lynched. They killed a woman. They raped her and they killed her.
Was there a trial?
No.
Where was the sheriff?
He was there, watching with the rest of us.
Didn't work, Tom.
What are you talking about, Jared?
I'm talking about the three you sent to rough me up. It only made me more curious. And now I've got the answer.
Well, 2 days ago, George and Alicia were in their buggy about 10 miles out of town. 3 of them pulled the buggy off the road and
They made her dance with them. Then when they started putting their hands on her, I went crazy. They knocked me out. And when I came to, Alicia was gone. So was the buggy. There were bloodstains on the ground.
And I put a posse together and went out right away. But I couldn't find anything. Then the next day, the 3 of them rode into town. They checked into the hotel to wait for you. I guess they never figured the one man who could identify them lived here. Then everybody went sort of crazy. They grabbed a rope and, well, short of shooting every man in town, I couldn't stop it, Jared.
I'd like to read you, too, a letter that was written by one of the men you hanged. It says, Senor Barkley, we have heard of you and your family for many years in Mexico. The Barkley name is honored and respected, so we are very proud that you have agreed to sell us your land in the beautiful California. We've worked many years to save the money needed. We want to become citizens of your country, to earn the love and respect of your people. Now I ask you, does this letter sound like it could be written by a man who would do this?
They did it. They held me and made me watch. I pleaded with them. I told them to kill me, but please don't hurt her. But they just laughed at me and said one filthy thing after another. Don't blame Tom. If I had it to do over again, I'd have led the lynching myself. Now, if you gentlemen will excuse me, I'll say goodnight.
Jared, you lived by the law all your life, and so have I. I'm sorry this had to happen in my town. I really am. But I'm not going to blame myself too much for it.
The whole thing doesn't make any sense. You say it happened about 10 miles out of town?
About that?
I just can't understand why those three would ride in here when they knew Akers could identify them.
Now, what are you getting at?
Oh, I don't know. I just can't understand why they'd kill her and not him. Doesn't add up.
Killing never does. Especially by those kind.
What kind is that, Tom?
Well, those Mexicans, of course.
Of course.
What do you want?
Is Mr. Akers in?
He's gone. Had to see a client.
The man who kicked the pig?
What?
Never mind, I'll wait.
He may be some time, Mr. Barkley.
You know me?
Everybody knows you.
So it would seem.
Mr. Barkley, they killed Mrs. Akers in cold blood and for no reason, except to satisfy their lust. They deserved to be hanged.
They deserved a fair trial.
You surely don't believe those three were innocent. Mr. Akers recognized them plain as day.
Yes, so he says. It's just that there are a couple of little things I don't quite understand.
Mr. Barkley, why don't you go away? Why don't you leave Mr. Akers alone? Hasn't he gone through enough in the last 7 years?
The last 7 years?
I didn't mean that. I meant that the poor man has had a terrible tragedy and people shouldn't be poking their noses in at such a time.
How long were the Akers married? Seems to me it was about 7 years, wasn't it? How'd they get along all that time? I mean, was there any little trouble between them?
I won't answer that.
I think you already have. Maybe I had better come back at another time. As you say, it might be a long wait.
What's wrong?
Last night I was rereading this letter, Tom.
Oh, now look, Jared. Now, what's the point in going over it again?
You've never heard the second page.
Meaning what?
Does Akers speak Spanish?
No.
But he claimed all three Mexicans spoke to him, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, this letter was written by the oldest Mendoza brother. At the end of it, he apologizes for the fact that he was the only one who could speak or write English.
One of them did all the talking. Other two just jabbered away in Spanish. I just figured it was because they were scared or excited.
Or they couldn't speak English.
Look, Jared, now why would Akers identify them if they weren't the three who did it?
I don't know. Possible he made a mistake. It's also possible there never were any Mexicans.
Are you suggesting that Akers killed Alicia himself?
Kind of sounds that way, doesn't it?
Oh, Jared, you're really on the wrong track. Why, he was crazy about her. Why, he showed her off all the time.
I just had a talk with his housekeeper. She gave me the definite impression that there was trouble between them.
Oh, she's an old busybody. Why, she's been jealous of Alicia ever since the day Akers brought her home. You can't put any store in her. And as for Akers saying that all three of them spoke English, well, that's an understandable mistake. He was in a state of shock when it happened.
All I'm asking you to do is consider the possibility.
That I hung 3 innocent men? Not likely, Jared. Not likely at all.
You afraid to dig a little deeper?
Now, how would I do that?
Let's find Alicia's body.
I looked for it.
Then let's look again.
Now, what'll that prove?
I don't know. But if she was assaulted before she was murdered, that'll show. And if she was just plain murdered, that'll show, too. You willing to face up to the truth?
But as far as I'm concerned, I know the truth. But if you need proof...
I do, Tom. And down in your guts, you need it, too.
Left fork goes to Rock Creek. That's where Akers and his wife were supposed to be coming from.
Uh-huh. You go up there with a posse?
I covered the whole area. Didn't find anything.
You know, Tom, a fellow who might have murdered his wife isn't going to be likely to want the law to find her body, is he?
Meaning he could have misdirected us.
Meaning we better try this way.
What's the matter? That looks like Akers' buggy. Where'd you get this buggy?
Who's asking?
Sheriff Hayes, Baker City.
Sheriff, huh? Too bad you didn't come nosing around when the bargaining was going on.
What bargaining?
3 Mexicans 2 days ago said they wanted to trade that buggy.
3 Mexicans?
That's what I said.
Just 2 days ago with this buggy.
Which I didn't want.
These Mexicans. What'd they look like?
Like Mexicans.
I mean, would you be able to recognize them if you saw them again?
I'd sure recognize one of them. Sitting there on that Palomino with one of them fancy silver saddles. I won't forget that one.
What kind of supplies were they after?
Oh, trail supplies, food, blankets, stuff I couldn't spare.
I take it then you weren't exactly in favor of the trade.
That's exactly what I mean. But this grinning Mexican had a gun, so there wasn't nothing I could do. You here to get my stuff back?
Now, which way'd they go when they left?
South.
Thanks for your help.
You can thank me by bringing my stuff back. I sure don't need that buggy.
Jared, they were the ones.
That sounds that way, doesn't it, Tom?
And I hung 3 innocent men. Now, how do I fix it? How do I live with a thing like that?
They can't be far. We just get them, that's all.
What's inside me? What I did. Catching them won't change that.
No, it won't. But it's a start.
was it? How many?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. I gotta get you to a doctor.
No. No doctor can fix this.
Oh, sure they can.
Jared. No, you just promise me you'll get it all straight. Oh.
You just rest easy, Tom. I'll get you some water.
Thought I heard someone ride up. Nice to see you. You hungry?
I could eat.
Got beans or ham? Or both if you got the courage. A little joke. I ain't the best cook in the world, but I'm sociable.
I'll try the ham.
Ham and spuds coming up.
Get much traffic through here? I mean, other than the stage?
Well, you might say I get about all of what comes through, being I'm the only stop between here and Baker City.
What about 3 men? Mexicans. One of them riding a Palomino with a fancy saddle.
What about them?
They come through here?
What happened there?
Bullet. Just a crease.
Those Mexicans?
I think so.
Look, mister, I make it a point never to get involved in anyone else's battles. I stay a lot healthier that way.
They did come through here, then.
You ain't hearing anything from me.
Suit yourself. That's the way you feel.
If you want to tend that arm, I got some astringent back here.
It's all right. Taking care of itself.
Hey, you want to hear a funny story the stage driver told me this morning?
Not particularly.
Those 3 Mexicans.
What about them?
It was yesterday they came through.
Oh?
Yeah. They were in a hurry. Bought some food, a couple bottles of whiskey.
I suppose they told you which way they were going.
Well, they didn't actually make a point to tell me.
Bet you heard, though, huh?
As a matter of fact, I heard one of them say they were headed for the border.
How much do I owe you?
You didn't finish it.
Oh, it's like you said.
How's that?
You're a lot better at talking than cooking.
I said on your feet.
Senor, what is the meaning of this?
You're coming with me back to Baker City. We're gonna have a little talk with the law.
There must be some mistake.
No mistake.
We have done nothing except share the stars.
It is true, senor. We're just plain vaqueros. Why would the law want us?
For murder.
We have murdered no one.
No one except Sheriff Hayes and Alicia Akers.
But you have come a long way for nothing.
That's right, Mr. Barkley.
Alicia?
Yes?
I thought you were dead.
Who told you that?
Your husband. He told the whole town that you'd been raped and murdered by these three.
My husband lied. I left him. I went with Francisco willingly, and George watched me go.
You went with them willingly? 3 Mendoza brothers rode into Baker City to see me on business. Your husband told everybody they were the ones that stopped your buggy and murdered you. They lynched him.
That makes no sense.
He didn't want anybody to find you with them. He hanged 3 innocent men just to protect his reputation.
You always did have excellent perception, Jared. The gun. Over here.
All right, George. Just tell me one thing, will you? Why'd you have to murder Hayes?
I was sorry I didn't get you too, Jared. Then when you headed south, I figured you had an idea where these 4 were, so I followed.
Is a reputation really worth all this, George?
You think you could stand being laughed at everywhere?
That's all that's ever mattered to him, not looking the fool. Appearing to be an upright citizen, a perfect husband, and a gentleman. Only I knew different. Because when he couldn't feel that he was a man outside the house, then he'd slap me around, and that made him feel really important. You've no idea what it was like, living like that.
You had everything a woman could want.
I had nothing. Oh, I could tell you stories. Once he went into a rage like a little boy because the mayor didn't invite him to his birthday party. He nearly cried. Still running true to form.
You dare talk to me after what you've done?
After what I've done? What I've tried to do is get away from you. I asked for a divorce once. That was impossible. Not proper. The right people would talk. They might even ask questions. He said that he'd kill me if I ever mentioned it again.
You should have killed him, my love.
Your love. You did what no man can do to me. You. Nothing. Thief. Animal.
If I am those things, senor, then you must be worse, or she would not have left you.
I would have shot you sooner. From out there. But that would have been too gracious. Now you can die slowly. And you can watch, just like you made me watch.
Stay where you are! George!
Like I said, I could tell such stories.
What's going on in there?
Just gave the federal marshal the facts.
What does that mean?
Means he's got the facts. Would you like me to ride out with you a little way?
Francisco's waiting for me.
Alicia, are you sure you know what you're doing?
George made me feel cold and empty. Francisco doesn't.
Simple as that, huh?
Simple as that. Goodbye, Jared.
Mr. Barkley, well, what I did, what we all did. The fact is, we thought we were doing the right thing.
Well, I only been here a month.
You learn quick.
What about us?
You'll have to live with yourselves.
Hey, are you Barkley's ready?
Now, don't you worry about us.
Oh, we ain't, are we, J.I.?
No, we ain't worried about them Barkleys at all, Zach.
3 years running. Our ranch has won the rodeo. We're going to do it again just to keep you Barkleys humble.
Oh, no, I wouldn't count on that. I mean, you Mortons may be in for a little surprise.
Seems to me I recollect you saying the same thing last year.
You just keep on laughing.
Nick?
Now,
My papa says you Barkleys are sporting.
well, now, your papa is right. What is your sport?
Well, I got 1,000 that says we win the rodeo.
And I got 5 says you don't.
1,000?
1,000.
You got a bet?
You got you a bet.
What was that all about?
Huh? Oh, you mean the Mortons?
The Mortons.
Yeah, well, it was just a little sporting proposition on the rodeo, was all.
Uh-huh. How much?
Oh, 500.
100,000.
Want a piece of it?
You gotta be out of your mind.
You don't want a piece of it. Well, somehow I have a little feeling about this rodeo.
You had a little feeling about last year's rodeo, and how much did that cost?
Oh, well, now that was different. This year, the Mortons
The Mortons are gonna walk all over us, and you know it. Zach baited you, and you bit.
What would you have done? Passed.
Nick, will you use your head? They're even stronger this year, and 2 of our hands are laid up.
Well, now, whose side are you on?
Ours, but we haven't got a prayer. They've recruited every cowboy between here and Waco.
Oh.
I can win that rodeo for you. Joshua Watson, for hire.
About time you got back.
I just got a little busy in town, so thank you.
You always get busy in town when there's work to be done here.
You're going to thank me for it this time.
For what?
For Joshua. Joshua Watson, and my brother Heath.
Howdy.
He's going to win that rodeo for us single-handed.
Well, that's a pretty big chore.
Uh-huh.
Can you rope?
Better than most.
You ever do any bulldogging?
One more than my share.
Can you ride a bronc?
That's my best.
That's your best, huh, Josh? Well, now, let's see. Charlie?
Nick, wait a minute.
Charlie! Yeah, Nick? Saddle up a Baden and bring him here, will you? Charlie, I said saddle up a Baden and bring him here.
I'll give my hand.
All righty.
Nick, what are you trying to prove?
Oh, just take the man's word. He said that was his best.
But you know, Archie and Dale both got busted up trying to ride that horse.
You going to ride that horse?
Yep,
Do you know what you were doing?
I know.
They call that horse a bad one. The name means devil.
Anna, hold it.
Horse has got a lot of spirit.
I would say, yeah.
No, I never rode a horse before to prove a point.
Oh?
What do I get for breaking him?
Name it.
How about the horse?
All right. You break him, he's yours.
All right.
You don't have to ride him.
Well, I've been riding the devil all my life, He ain't throwed me yet.
Mister, you gotta be the best to ride this horse. Or crazy. Turn him out! Stay with him, Joshua! Ride him, Joshua! Hold him, boy! Hold him! Ha-ha! Eat him up!
You all right?
I'm all right.
Where do you think you're going?
Ride that horse.
Haven't you had enough?
Ain't a man can't beat road, but ain't a horse can't be rode. Easy, horse. Easy, boy. Ain't no need to fight. 'Cause I'm gonna break you.
All right, stay with him, Josh. Attaboy, Josh. Ride him, Joshua. I think he's got him. You got him! You got him, Josh! He did it!
I think we just won ourselves a rodeo.
Walk, horse. Walk proud for the people. Walk on, boy. Good boy.
And ride, why, this man's got to be the greatest Mustanger ever.
Well, is there anything Miss Joshua Watson can do?
He can rope, bust broncs, why, he can even bullbuck.
Did he really ride a Baden?
He had that horse eaten out of his hand 2 minutes after he stepped on him.
Well, how does he measure up to the Mortons?
Better. You ask Heath when he comes in.
Then we have a chance of winning this year.
Well, with Joshua riding for us, we have a chance. Sure you wouldn't like to make a little bet, Jared?
No, I wouldn't like to make a little bet. As a matter of fact, I'd feel a lot better if we called this whole thing off.
For the first time in 4 years, we have a chance to winning this rodeo, and he wants to call it off. Why?
Because it stopped being just a contest between two ranches. The whole thing's getting out of hand.
Because I made a bet.
No.
Well, all the hands out there have made bets, too, you know.
Nick, it has nothing to do with the betting. Now, you remember what happened last year, that fight with the Mortons in the saloon?
Boys were just letting off little steams, huh?
Uh-huh. And then what followed that? They salted our water holes. We had to spook their cattle.
We should have done worse.
Nick, can't you see what's happening? This isn't a rodeo anymore. It's turning into a feud.
Wait a minute. 4 years ago, we started this rodeo as a constructive way of handling the rivalry between us and the Mortons. Now, if it hasn't worked out, perhaps we should call it off.
Mother, this rodeo is my responsibility. I'm not about to call it off.
Nick, what if somebody gets killed?
That is also my responsibility. Sure you wouldn't like to make a little bet?
Oh, you hard-headed.
Are you going to keep laughing like a blamed hyena all night long?
I can't help it, Paul. I keep thinking about Nick Barkley. You know, he ain't ever gonna learn his lesson.
Man's got pride. You can't fault him for that.
I ain't faulting him. It's his money that's going to buy us that new breeding stock in Denver.
And, I guess you plan to, go to Denver yourself and pick up those critters.
Yeah, me and JR.
It's a pretty long trip to Denver. A couple of young fellas could get into trouble in a wild town like that.
Well, we sure aim to try.
You know something? Barkley's got no monopoly on pride. You boys have done everything, and I've asked of you and more. And you've raised up just like I hoped you would. Tough, skilled, and you don't know the meaning of the word lose.
Hey, Paul? Is that?
In here, son.
Boy, am I glad you're up.
Hey, where you been?
Well, I've been in town. I was with a bunch of them Barkley hands. First off, I thought they was all drunk.
They try and jump you, son?
No, Pa. They all wanted to bet on the rodeo.
Won't you tell them to line up?
Well, yeah, sure. Told them they could bet any amount they wanted. I didn't figure it out till later. And then I found out they got this new hand out there. A black man by the name of Joshua Watson. Talk is he's the greatest rodeo rider that ever got up into a saddle.
Did you see him?
No, I didn't see him, but...
Oh, now one black man ain't gonna scare us off.
I got 3 champions riding for us and paying them more money than they've ever seen.
Well, Pa, that's what bothers me. They know who we got riding for us, but they're betting on this Watson fella.
They ain't any smarter than Nick Barkley.
I know every good rider in the country, and I never heard of a Joshua Watson. You?
No.
Well, you can just stop your worrying, JR, and just tell them to keep sending in the bets.
Pa, I ain't worried.
Ah.
Well, okay. Anyway, I figure he's as good as they say he is. We can always hire him for ourselves. Right, Pa?
Like I was telling your brother, a Morton doesn't know the meaning of the word lose.
Hey, easy, man. Save some of that vinegar for the rodeo.
Work and me get along fine. I'll be fit come rodeo time.
You know, me and you's pretty much the same, Joshua.
How's that?
Oh, I come from a sharecropping family. Hard work's all I've had. Most of it without pay. Well, like you, or the government cut you free. This rodeo means everything to me, Joshua. I got a wife and 2 boys back home. And I've been saving every penny I earned for the past 2 years to bring them here. I bet every bit of it on you.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, ready in a minute. Joshua, we never had anyone like you around here before.
I guess my kind's rare in these parts.
No, I didn't mean that. We've had a lot of Negroes working on this ranch. It's just that, well, you know, freedmen come west, finding a new start. But we never had a hand that could do it all. Where'd you learn all this about ranching?
Just comes naturally, I guess.
Where you from?
Lots of places.
Most cowboys are. Where's your home?
Place I'm at.
Hey, Charlie. Found a friend of yours.
I think he likes you better.
Catch Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
thanks.
Nothing.
Nothing. About the best shooting I ever saw.
All I did was pull the trigger. Snake did the rest.
How's that?
Well, when the rattler sees a bullet coming, he strikes out at it.
Oh, I get it.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. I saw a band of angels coming after me. They were coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
That was beautiful, Joshua.
Thank you, Nick.
From the sound of it, I'd say your father must have been a preacher.
No, he was a slave, Nick. A field slave.
Nick! Bert! Bert, what happened? What happened?
I was chasing strays. They bushwhacked me.
Well, who did it? Bert, who did it?
The Mortons.
The Mortons.
Joshua.
Take Bert to the ranch. Charlie, go on into town and get the doctor.
What are you gonna do?
I got a little call on the Mortons.
You're not going out there in the dark.
By the time I get there, it'll be morning.
Hey, Zach. Here he comes.
Here, just like you said.
You shot Bert.
Well, he was spooking our cattle.
You're a liar.
You be careful who you calling a liar.
Well, if that wasn't an invite to a fight, I'd...
You all right, Nick?
Of course I'm all right. Just fine.
How'd you know I was here? Charlie told me.
Sure you're all right?
I don't need your help. I'm fine. Leave me alone. You help me, and so help me, I'll hit you. Oh. Oh.
Heath? You keep your brother away from me, or next time I'll get it worse.
All right, I'm ready.
How's the eye feel?
Fine, just fine.
Sure you don't want a cold town?
No, this will do nicely, thank you.
Okay. Trying to help.
What happened to him?
Ask him.
What happened? Nothing.
Nothing.
You heard what I said? Nothing.
I'd say that's the best one I've ever seen.
They don't come any better.
Nick, if you don't mind a little suggestion, I think the best place for that beefsteak is on a plate with some mashed potatoes. Who did it?
Morton's.
Ah, the Mortons. Well, you've just been itching for a fight with them, haven't you? And you finally got it.
Well, they haven't heard the last of it either.
Now, look, with that eye, you're not exactly ready for a beauty contest as it is, much less go back.
Look, Jared, I'll worry about my eye. But they shot Bert. And they said that he was spooking their cattle, and it's a lie.
Where are you going?
I'm going up and have a hot bath. I'll be as good as new in an hour. Here. All you need now is the mashed potatoes.
Forget it.
What?
What you're thinking won't do any good.
Well, then maybe I better have a little talk with Rufus. Try and reason with him.
The reason things are the way they are is because Rufus can't be reasoned with. Bert shot. They stomped on Nick. And they've gone too far.
I say we go over to their ranch and crack a few heads. Are you with us, Josh?
Yep, I'm with you.
Well, come on, let's go.
Where are you boys heading?
To the Mortons.
Nobody leaves this ranch. Is that understood?
You've got a right to even things up.
Any man that rides out to fight the Mortons is fired. Is that understood?
And the Mortons?
That's where I'm heading right now to have a little talk with them. Rufus, for the last time, I came out here for only one reason, to get you to call this rodeo off.
And you rode out here for nothing.
Yeah, what do you want to call the rodeo off for? We hear you got a man who can win it for you all by himself.
Yeah, ain't he as good as they say he is?
Listen, JR, why don't you go open the front door and let this man and the smell out of here?
I'd like to remind you, gentlemen, a man's already been shot, badly wounded.
He was lucky. I told my boys to shoot to kill any one of your hands that crossed my lines.
And can't you see what a tragic mistake that is? Call it off before someone is killed.
My boys have been looking forward to this for a year. And I'm not going to be the one to spoil their sport. I never thought I'd live to see the day when a Barkley would ask me to back off.
Rufus, I'm not asking you to back off. I'm asking you to do what makes sense.
It all adds up to the same thing. Morton's backing down.
If you don't back down this time, it means a fight.
So be it. And we'll settle this thing between us once and for all.
You're just itching for a fight, aren't you, Rufus? Well, all right. The Barkleys don't back down either. So if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you're gonna get.
Let the horse do the work. How's he doing on time?
5 seconds. He's almost there. Come on, Jim. Hang it in there. Hang it in there.
7 seconds. Well, he almost made it.
7 seconds ain't enough. Almost ain't good enough. He's got to stay on the animal 8 seconds.
All right, Jim, that'll be enough for today. Go get yourself a hot bath. How do you do it, Joshua?
I just stay loose, Nick. I let the animal do the work. You see, staying on the horse 8 seconds is important. But what's more important is making it look good. You see, the easier you make it look, the quicker you catch the judge's eye.
Oh, Jared.
How's Jim doing?
He's doing pretty good. Joshua here's working with him. If those Morton boys had any sense, they'd start worrying.
I think they already are, Nick. Charlie tells me he saw Zach and JR up on the ridge watching Joshua with a pair of glasses.
You don't say. Well, you tell Charlie. Next time he sees those two poor boys, invite them on down here. It's a shame for them to stand all the way back on that ridge and strain their eyes. And I think maybe I'll treat your eyes to some fancy roping.
Nick's roping's pretty fancy, ain't it?
Yeah, it sure is, Joshua.
Begging your pardon, Jared, you look a little worried. It ain't the rodeo, is it?
No, it's... Well, I guess it's just a lot of things all together. But I guess if nobody panics, everything will work out all right.
Silas? Silas?
Oh, yes, Miss Audra.
Oh, you're looking at the almanac?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if you're checking on the weather for the day of the rodeo, it'll be sunny and warm, temperature in the high 80s. I checked it yesterday.
That's good, Miss Audrey. But I wasn't checking on the weather. The almanac has all the famous rodeo riders in it.
Oh, that's right.
And if anybody can ride rodeo like Joshua can, he just might be a champion.
Was his name mentioned in there?
No, It doesn't seem to be. But of course, after we beat the Mortons, I bet they write a whole page on him.
You're proud of him, aren't you?
Yes, Miss Audrey. He's something.
You know, Silas, we don't really know very much about him. Have you had a chance to talk with him?
We've talked once in a while.
Did he say anything about himself?
No, ma'am. I guess that surprises you?
A little.
Joshua and I are the same in one respect. We are both black men. But we are different, Miss Audra. Different as day is to night.
In what way?
I've always worked in a big house like this one. I was treated special because I belong to the house. All my life, I've been indoors.
And Joshua?
He's from the fields, from the outdoors. He's never known nothing but hard work and the whip. He's a new breed. He's restless. He's proud. And he's searching. Searching for a place that he can call home. A place where he can stand up as a man.
Joshua, I gotta drop this by the bank. Have yourself a beer. I'll join in a minute.
Okay. Give me a beer.
You must be Joshua Watson.
You must be Rufus Morton.
You know me?
Well, everybody around here knows you Morton. You people don't exactly walk around on tiptoe, you know.
Well, we have no need to. Truth is, you're not exactly a secret around here either. Can I talk to you?
Talk? What you want to talk about?
How would you like to work for me?
I got a job.
I'll pay you double what the Barkleys are paying you.
Nobody can best what the Barkleys are paying me.
Oh, we'll see about that. I'll buy you a drink and we can talk. Bartender?
I got a drink.
Hey, boy. Are you refusing to drink with my paw? Man has a right to pick his own drinking company.
Begging your pardon, Heath. The man asked me the question, and the answer is yes, I'm refusing.
You think you're too good to drink with us?
You think what you want. You almost made it to the other world.
What are you thinking, Pa?
Only two kinds of men handle a gun like that. Outlaw or a lawman. And he's no lawman.
There is such a thing as quitting time.
Hiya, Nick.
How you doing?
Oh, just fine.
You know, I had an idea that you just might be in town with the rest of the boys.
No, not tonight. Me and my saddle got a lot of work to be done before rodeo time.
Mm-hmm. You know, Heath was telling me that Rufus Morton offered you a job. Twice your pay. You turned it down. How come?
Well, your foreman's retiring at the end of the month. I'd like his job.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Josh. That foreman's job, why, that wouldn't pay half the money old Morton would.
Well, you see, the way I look at it, it pays better.
Well, you know something, Joshua? You might just be the man for the job. Good night.
Good night, Nick.
Still having trouble with the Peterson case?
No, I'm having trouble with my own stupid case. You know what I did today? I went over to the Mortons to see if I could talk them out of this rodeo.
You what?
Oh, you don't have to worry. I let that Rufus get me so mad, I told him we'd meet him head to head if that's the way they want it.
Oh, that's better.
No, it isn't better.
Huh? Nick, let's talk about this rationally. Let's talk about what's best for the Barkleys and the Mortons.
Oh, now, come on, Mother.
Think about it. Suppose we did cancel the rodeo.
Well, we can't. The men have bet a full month's salary. They'd have to forfeit their money.
All right, we can cover that. Is there another reason?
Yes.
What? Your ridiculous bet with Zach?
No.
Well, then what?
For 3 years, the Mortons have stomped us at rodeo. And this year, thanks to Joshua, we have a chance to stomp them, and I'm not about to pass it up.
Oh, Nick.
Well, now, what is all this about? JR, take off your hat. What do you want?
Your new hired man, Joshua Watson.
Oh, yes, he said you offered Joshua a job, and he turned you down.
I didn't come here to hire him, Victoria. I came here to take him in.
What?
You mean arrest him? What for?
I think he's an outlaw.
You think?
If I could get him to Phoenix, I could prove it.
Joshua turned you down cold. You never could stand to be turned down.
Turning me down had nothing to do with it, Victoria. I do business in Phoenix. And the last time I was there, the law was looking for a black man who rode with Coleman's raiders.
And you think that Joshua is the man that they're looking for?
He fits the description.
All that dirty. You show me an outlaw that would turn down the money you offered Joshua.
What makes you think Joshua's the man they want in Phoenix?
After what I saw in the saloon, I'm sure of it.
Rufus, that's a pretty serious accusation. I trust you have the evidence to back it up.
There's plenty of evidence in Phoenix. I came here tonight to ask you to do the right thing.
Oh, and what was that?
Turn Joshua Watson over to the law in Stockton.
Well, now, Rufus, I thought I knew how much this rodeo meant to you, but I had no idea how low you'd stoop to win it.
You either turn Joshua Watson over to the law tonight, or I'll come back in the morning and take him by force.
The streets of Laredo. As I walked out in the street one day, I saw a poor cowboy all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen and cold as a clay. Take me to green valleys and lay the sod o'er me, for I'm a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. Things are going to be different for me and you, horse. The Barkleys offered us a home, and we're going to take it.
You seem to have a way with that horse.
Oh, we got understanding.
You're some man, Mr. Watson. The Barkleys are mighty proud of you, and so am I.
Oh, thank you, Silas.
They're counting on you to win the rodeo.
I won't let them down.
Of course, if he wasn't here, it wouldn't be no rodeo.
And no trouble, huh?
Yes.
You asking me to ride out?
I don't want to see none of the Barkleys hurt. There's been a lot of trouble already, and there's a lot more coming.
This rodeo means everything to Nick, and he's been good to me. He give me a job here at the ranch, give me a home. And ain't no way I'm gonna ride away from that.
Joshua,
Well,
Rufus Morton says you're an outlaw. And unless we turn you over to the sheriff, he'll take you by force. We turned him down.
thank you, ma'am.
No thanks are necessary if you're not the man they want in Phoenix. However, there's going to be trouble. It might even start a range war. And there's something I have to know before the fighting starts.
What's that, ma'am?
Did you ride with Coleman raiders?
No, ma'am.
And you're not the man they want in Phoenix?
No.
Where are you from, Joshua?
Well, I'm from lots of places, Miss Barkley. Places with bad memories. Places I'd like to forget.
Posted? Half on the north range, the rest on the east. Maybe he ain't coming. Morton's never backed away from a fight yet. He'll be coming. Nick. That's far enough, Rufus.
Back off, Nick. You don't have a chance.
Let's try us.
They're looking for a fight. We'll give it to them. Circle to the left.
You're running away, aren't you? I guess Rufus Morton was right. You did ride with Hardy Coleman.
I was another man then. That was a long time ago.
Why?
I was set free, but that was all. I had no home, no family, no place to go. Hardy took me in, taught me to ride, used my gun. Gave me a chance to be a man, or so I thought at that time.
We're offering you a chance, a real chance. But if you run, it's all over for you.
And if I don't run, there's 3 years waiting for me in Phoenix.
We're offering you a lifetime right here on this ranch.
3 years might not sound like a long time to you, but for a man that's been a slave, it's eternity.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
It ain't no use. I appreciate all you've tried to do for me, and I thank you for it. But ain't no way I'm gonna give up my freedom now.
Then you're a coward.
No, Miss Barkley. It's easy for you to judge me, ain't it? You with your fine ranch and your big fine family.
It wasn't always this way. When my husband brought me here, this was wasteland, barren land. We worked hard and suffered to make it what it is.
Suffered? Suffered, you and your family? You don't know what suffering is. Suffering is watching your mother and father being sold on the auction block. Suffering is working hard all day till your body aches, give out and drop. Suffering is watching the world from the outside, knowing nobody wants you in.
Well, times change, so do people.
Not fast enough.
Joshua, we've got to start somewhere.
I'm sorry, Miss Barkley. Tell him I'm gone. It ain't no need fighting.
All right, Tom, all right. Smash it.
Hey, how bad is it, boy? Bad enough. Shoot him out of there!
Not about to hold out much longer.
I'll go get some help. Morton's. They got Nick and Charlie pinned down. They need help. Get the men on the North Range.
You all right?
Go on, get. I'll be all right.
Abaddon, slaves used to travel by the stars. They'd find the Big Dipper and follow it north to freedom. Which way is freedom now? Which way do I go?
How you fixed for ammunition?
Oh, how's yours? I got about 6 rounds left, all.
Hold your fire!
Wait a minute, hold it. Joshua, get out of here!
Ain't no need in fighting them, Nick. I'm the man they want in Phoenix.
You're what?
They had me right. I'm giving myself up.
Paul, maybe it's a trick.
We'll soon find out. Watson, did I hear you right? You're turning yourself in?
Yeah, that's right. I'm turning myself in.
Let's go! It's all over!
Joshua.
Sorry to cause you all the trouble, Nick.
Well, why didn't you run?
Well, I started to, but then I changed my mind.
Change your mind? What about?
Yeah, I got to figure there ain't no way I can make a new life for myself till I find the right stars.
Yeah.
They'll get a job when I get out?
It'll be waiting for you.
All right.
Hang on, Nick. Stay with him, Nick.
Got him, Nick!
Atta boy, ride him.
You think he's got got a chance.
Well, maybe. He stays in one piece till the rodeo starts.
That's my boy.
Ain't you had enough, Nick?
Ain't a man that can't be throwed, and ain't a horse that can't be rode.
And now, don't forget the boots now. Ah, yes. How do I look, Maggie?
Dandy.
Play the music, love.
I'm sick of it.
Play the bleeding music, love.
No, it's dumb.
Don't make it.
Bring to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine.
The immortal bleeding song of Ben Jonson. And you say it's dumb.
Oh, well, you don't like my music, do you? Is that it? Well, I'll have to teach you a thing or two or three. You don't like my music. Oh, here comes the tiger. I'll teach you. You're looking to fight it, things you like it.
Is there a customer coming?
Bang! I could have shot you, mate.
No need. Just help myself to a little water.
Well, now, that water, it's gonna cost you $1, you know. We've been having trouble with bandits up here lately, nasty brutes that they are. Have to protect ourselves, you know. You didn't steal these, did you?
Bought 'em.
You did? How much they cost?
Who's your friend?
Oh, him? Oh, that's Hans, you know. He's daft, he is. Runs when anybody comes.
How many citizens this town got?
Well, there's 5 of us. There's Brown, he's the attorney at law, and there's Keita. And there's Maggie. Now, that's her. And there's myself. Used to be 3,000 here before the mine shut down. Of course, I wasn't here then now. Brown was here then, and Keita was here then, but I wasn't. Oh, did you see this? Now, that was given to me by the Duchess of Albany. Sergeant Major, 15th Fusiliers.
Well, that's real nice.
Aye, that it is. Well, that's $1 for the water. I'm afraid it's our only civic income.
Well, that's cheap enough. Much obliged.
Take it. Now, the hay's a quarter. It's $1 shilling a head, which would make 6 bob for the lot, or as you might say, $2.
Well, that's reasonable, but I'm sorry I won't be staying.
Well, you can't go without having a drink and meeting Maggie. Maggie, darling, come here. And we'll share a drop, just one gentleman to another. Maggie Delaney, the prettiest lady in all of Nevada.
Nice to meet you, Maggie.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
I'm sure you'll share a drop to friendship the world over and to travelers met on a lonely road. I won't take no for an answer.
Come on.
Well, maybe one drink might not be that bad.
Well, fine. Step inside.
But better take care of my horses.
Well, your horses won't fly away. Good times and friendship do, but horses never do. Keita! Keita! She's a marvelous girl. She rode with Benita Juarez, you know. Keita! When you get the gentleman's horses stable, come on inside and join us for a drink, darling. Do you like Irish whiskey?
Oh, you bet.
Well, I got a bottle. And man, wait till I show you my player piano.
Hardly wait.
Oh, we're just starved around here. Can you face it?
Did you say this was Irish whiskey?
Brewed from an Irishman's brass button, sour mash rye, and drifted through the finest hickory charcoal.
Sure tastes like mezcal.
Mezcal? Maggie, is this mezcal or the finest Irish whiskey?
Mezcal.
Well, you caught me in a lie. A lie compounded of necessity and privation, mind you.
Well, it's not bad, mezcal.
Well, thank you.
What do y'all hang around a town like this for? A man with your charm should do well in a fair-sized place.
Well, now, that's very kind of you. But you see, out there, that's all mine. I'm what you might call a big frog in a dry puddle. You see, in here on this floor here, I matter. I exist. I rule.
Hey.
All right, now, take it easy. You don't want to spill your guts out on that floor, do you?
Anything you say. I got $40 in my right front pocket.
Maggie, darling, would you check out the gentleman's offer?
And you can lower that cannon because I'm not about to get reckless over $40.
Oh, is that right? Well, just what would it take to get you reckless?
Well, quite a bit.
Oh, really? Well, I thought you might say that. Have you met Mr. Brown here? That man there with the big rifle. Elias Brown. He's an attorney at law, you know.
$43.
$43? Well, that's a good lump there. Now, at the end of that leather tongue you've got there, you wouldn't happen to have a watch, would you? Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Oh, not at all. It cost me $18, but it's not worth getting shot for.
No, I guess not. But then tell me, what is?
Well, at this minute, I can't think of a thing.
Well, you see this here? The scar I've got right here. You see that? It goes all the way down there. It was given to me by a bloody Gurkha. I didn't have to take his watch from him for that.
Oh, really?
I called him a pig. I told him to eat one. He took it as a religious insult.
Oh, we've got no problem here. I got nothing against pigs.
Well, we don't have no pigs here, you know.
Oh. Well, I want to thank you for the drink. And by the way, there's no hard feelings. I suppose you people need the money more than I do. And so I'll just go out and tend my horses and be on my way.
Oh, well, we're going to shoot your horses.
Don't worry, Chico. We don't kill anybody's horses. Put out your hands.
What's the sense in those? You've already got my $40.
Now, you don't seem to understand. Those are handcuffs. Elias Brown is an officer of the 5th Nevada Judicial District. You're under arrest.
Arrest for what?
Prepare the prisoner for trial.
And don't do that now, you nasty girl that you are. Come on now, get up there. Get over in the chair, prisoner. Come on now, get away. Wasting good Irish whiskey like that. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I got the crown.
Judiciary term, 5th District Court, Territory of Nevada, is now in session. The Honorable Judge Elias Brown presiding. All rise.
All right, get up, get up.
Members of the court, witnesses, prisoner at the bar. All rules and procedures of the 5th District Court will be adhered to. Be seated. Clean the prisoner's face. And instruct the bailiff that this kind of disorderly appearance will not be permitted. Any charges against the prisoner?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are the charges?
Forcible rape, Your Honor.
And who's stealing, Your Honor?
I see.
And, Your Honor, this here money was found in the person of the prisoner. Now, he took a man, he hit him over the head and robbed him, and left him for dead by the roadside.
Are there any further charges?
Yes, Your Honor. Murder.
Murder! Oh, you poor dear. Get yourself up, did you?
Oh, you poor fella. You didn't fall, did you?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a brutal, savage misrepresentation of fact. Guilt by degree of the basest instinct of man. Now, this form of vermin here that has in itself the divine spark of God's rule and human decency and love of country and the highest calling of man, murder!
Order in the court.
Sorry to bother you, but you've got a customer. You do have a room.
10 of them. Nobody's here except you.
You mean you haven't seen anybody ride into town today with a string of horses?
Nope. Not up to when I took a doze. Who are you looking for?
My brother. He's supposed to meet me here.
I haven't seen him. Take any room you want. 50 cents.
Heath Barkley. Is this your bill of sale?
Yes.
Nevada Merchants and Farmers Bank, bill of credit to Barkley Ranch. Is that your ranch?
My family's.
How many acres is it?
30,000.
How much is it worth, all of it?
Enough.
There you are, Your Honor! A flagrant example of trying to bribe the court. I recommend that the defendant be fined $2,000 or hung.
Order in the court. Remand the prisoner to the care of the bailiff while the court studies the disposition of the fiduciary motion.
The fiduciary what?
Order in the court! Order in the court!
Let's hang him.
Bailiff will remove the prisoner. 5th District Court, Territory of Nevada, is now in recess. All rise.
Hurry, get up, get up, get up. Don't worry. We'll catch him. Come on.
Maggie. I got a beautiful pearl stick pin. It was hidden in my shirt. You can have it if you want.
Well, let me see it.
Come here.
If you've got a pearl stick pin, you'd show it to me. You haven't got one.
Yeah. Get the key and come inside.
Boy, do you think I'm dumb? I must look like the dumbest girl since Fanny Applesauce.
All right. Look at that.
Oh, throw it here.
Uh-uh. Get the key. Come inside.
What do you want me to come inside for?
Well, I haven't had a woman to talk to in more than a month.
I won't come in. But how'd you like this?
That's it, Ducky. Use that key. Use the key. What's the matter, love? Is it the wrong key? Oh, now. Well, now, you didn't think that we'd be hanging the right key up on a hook out here, did you? I'll kill you. You're a nasty fella, you know. You'll kill me, will you? You do that? Well, just for that, you're not getting out. I'll tell we have to hang you.
Well, you're gonna kill me for $40.
Well, no, we wouldn't kill you for $40 now. Would you like me to tell you why? I tell you. You see, they're all daft, all of them, you know. Brown was a lawyer and a town judge. He made $250,000 in the mine before they had to close down. He took all that money and put it back in to keep them going, poor fella, you know. And Hans, well, Hans, he worked for him, you know. He was the bailiff and the hangman. And Kitty, I told you about, she rode with Benito Juarez, but she had one battle too many. And Maggie, poor darling, she entertained the miners one after the other, and finally one day they found her running up and down the alley outside making noises like a bird. But you see, I'm really the only one who's not balmy. I'm a sergeant major, 15th Fusiliers, Her Majesty's Army. I trod the boards once, too, you know. But at present, I'm wanted for a small thing called desertion and murder. You know, there's not many places far enough away a man can go when he's wanted for murdering an officer of Her Majesty's Army.
So what's the point of all this?
Well, everybody's entitled to a full life, don't you think? And they enjoy it. I invent the games, and they play it. Now, Brown, he's a judge. He's entitled to full honor and dignity. Hans has got kind of a religious turn to him, you know. Maggie, now, she'll be playing a variety of parts, which I'm sure you'll see. And Kita, she keeps up her interest with the horses. But they're all mad, you know. Every last one of them. But I take care of them, and they take care of me. It's kind of like, it's like a business. Very little profit in it, though, because, well, because we haven't hung too many yet.
Senor, I want to talk to you. Will you talk to me?
What about?
I want to go away.
Look, lady, your girlfriend's already played the key game. What's yours?
Oh, no, senor. I want to go away from here. I will help you.
Oh. Well, go find the key and unlock the door.
I can't. Conway has it.
Well, what other game can we play?
I'm not playing a game. I have to get away from here. I'm going to have a child. Please, senor. I have no place to go. Nobody.
Who's the father? Conway?
No, senor. A man who came here. He was killed. I can't raise my baby in this place. Please.
If you're telling the truth, there's a sheriff at Dorado. Go tell him.
I would go to prison. I know you don't believe me, but you have a family. You could help me.
Can you get me a gun?
I can't. Conway would kill me.
All right. I have a brother meeting me at Dorado. His name's Jared Barkley. He's there now. Go tell him. He won't hurt you.
Any sign of my brother with those horses yet?
Not yet.
I see. Well, do you happen to know where a man can get a good cigar around here?
Come on, I'll show you. I need a little fresh air. Now, you can get a smoke over there at the saloon, but I recommend Don Gordon's store.
Oh, well, I guess I can find that all right. Thank you very much.
Senor, I am looking for a man. Senor, there is a man I have to find.
This looks like Sam DeCoven's Pinto. That's his brand. Lady, you and me are going down and talk to, Will.
Don't forget, we're not going to hang you. We're doing what's called the governor's reprieve. At the last minute, we get a telegram from the governor, and in that telegram it says that you're going to be pardoned. Don't forget that now.
Blessed are the tents of the Lord, the flocks of the field, peace of the valley, waters beneath the sky.
No. I'll do anything to save him. Anything.
Anything?
Yes, I'll submit to anything. He's the father of my children.
What about your marriage vow?
Redemption in his holy blood. Amen.
Will the prisoner mount the scaffold?
Prisoner will please mount the scaffold.
Governor's reprieve. Get up there now.
There he is, Your Honor. The prisoner's on the scaffold, just waiting to get his neck stretched.
Is the hangman present?
Here, Your Honor.
A $5 fee for your hangman, and make the knot tight.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let justice be served.
You're quite right. It's time. Hangman, carry out the sentence.
What about the reprieve?
What? Just a minute now. Just a minute. It says here that there'll be no pardon from the governor.
You said it was a game!
My poor darling. Oh, they saved
you. You're saved.
Well, Your Honor, the reprieve did come through. It was just a bad case of misreading on my part. The man's not to be hung at all. His case will be taken under advisement by the Judicial Court of Appeals.
Hangman, assist the bailiff in returning the prisoner to court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'll give a hand here myself. Ah, you're a lucky man, mate, there. Governor's pardon coming through like that, you could have been hung, you know. You know, I almost got hung myself once. The commanding general sent down my release at the last possible moment. Don't you ever let a thing like that happen to you. There you are, you dear fella. There you are. Almost as good as new.
Come on, honey. You just come along with Maggie. You're all right now.
Easy, baby, easy.
Hey, Nikita, where have you been now?
I've got to rub down the horse before she go lame.
Oh, you will lame on the fiddler's pits, poor sweet. Animals that they are, and that would be just awful, wouldn't it? Walter! Now, where did you go?
Don't.
I'll throw you through the bleeding barn wall. Now, where did you go?
All right.
Where? Dorado? Is that where you went, you little pig? You want to get that stupid pretty neck of yours stretched? They'll hang you and bury you, kill you. Your only chances here with me, do you understand that? With me? You miserable, worthless loony, you.
Please don't. My baby. My baby.
You're not having no baby. I told you 5 times in 2 years you've been here, you're not having no baby.
I am.
You're not having a baby.
I am.
Now, you just lie back there. You're gonna feel a whole lot better after you get some rest. Oh, that nasty rope. We'll have to get something to put on it. It'll help a lot. Doesn't that feel good, huh? You like that? Does that make it feel better, baby? Huh? You like that? Hmm? You like that?
Conway.
Shh. Sergeant Major Conway, if you don't mind.
The Judicial Appeal Court could render a decision.
We'll finish him in the morning. In the morning, the prisoner will have a sharper appetite of expectation, which will make his release from this life all the more poignant. Make sure everything is ready. Mr. Barkley. No, what is it? Are you going to feed the horse?
Not mine. I didn't want to.
I'll finish up, Your Honor. We got a long ride ahead of us. Well, she told me she was going to have a baby. Was she?
No. She always said that right after we killed someone. She felt so terrible. And the only thing that would help was to pretend she was going to have the poor man's child. She took a life, and now she was giving one back. That was crazy, wasn't it?
Blessed are the tents of the Lord, the flocks of the field. Verily, verily, I say unto you, redemption